Welcome back to another installment of Harambedome. That's where. Okay, so my co-host isn't here, so that's where someone was supposed to go. But I'm
I was just gonna
sorry.
say that sounded a little zesty.
I'm
I've
without. Wait, it sounded a little what?
A little zesty.
Yeah, I was wait. Yeah, I was trying to get the air horns, but my other host is not here. Jordan is out in the woods somewhere hunting pigs and hunting deer or something. So he's I think he's up in New York actually doing that. I don't know if you all have talked to him. I didn't get where he was going. I'm sure he doesn't want the government to know, but I think he's up in New York um, hunting. So he is not with us this week, although his rankings are with us this week. But before we get to those, I'll introduce both of my guests for this installment. A duo that we just discussed. I don't believe has been on together either in a long time or at all. We will go ahead, introduce yourselves, guests.
All right. I already interrupted the introduction, so I'll go first. It's your boy Captain Dr. Vava coming back on the pod after a devastating loss.
We'll talk about that loss.
We will.
All right, who else we got on here?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Glad to be back. Especially coming back following a W. It's always good.
I really wish you
A
didn't get that
dominant
W.
W.
Yeah, I needed it bad.
It was a
Needed it
dominant W.
bad.
Yeah, I
You
was
know who
really
else needed that W bad?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Jordan did.
Yeah, I think someone might need to check up on him when he's in this random woods in New York with
With
a
the
gun.
gun.
Yeah. We,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
could end up
this is
being
how we're
dangerous.
checking up on him through the Harambedome. Jordan, make sure you check in with the group chat every couple hours.
We
Just let
love
us
you.
know you're alive and okay.
Well, I just got his rankings from him because I just put the rankings out, and I just got his rankings from him like 30 minutes ago. So
Are we sure he didn't just copy the rankings from the week before?
I don't know. I didn't look to compare, but I think they're different.
You're not a good
Alright.
friend, dude. Jeez.
Yeah. Hey, I think either way. I mean, he may be being held hostage, but I think he's okay. Um, but either way, the pod will suffer a little bit without him tonight because no matter who's on, if he's not here, it always takes a hit because the viewers love their Jordan. So we miss you, buddy. Stay safe out there hunting. But let's turn things to because I released the rankings a little bit later, like right before. So let's turn to how we're feeling about them. We can discuss what we had as our personal rankings and what we think. What are some initial reactions, Tuck? What do you got?
I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward. Fuck Cole. I'm glad he fell. That little baby back bitch. Um, Compared to my rankings, I think they're pretty similar. Let me pull mine up real quick. Yeah, I had the only ones I had, I guess, were Wardle and Varun swapped. And I actually had Cole last as well. But that was just I don't think he should be last, but I put him last because fuck him, like I said. But everybody else is exactly where I put him, just about. So
Okay.
nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both
Matt's on a
responsible for.
little bit of a. Oh, you put him last too.
Well, I put him ninth, and I was actually ranking him how I
Nice.
genuinely thought. So I don't think he's last, but I did put him ninth. Um, what's and let me. So before you talk about your thoughts, Va, I think
Mhm.
because if I go to schedule and I go to individual schedules, I'm pretty sure low because he's got the record, and I wouldn't put him 10th strictly because of his record, but in the fact that we'll talk about this, how he was secured a spot and then lost it. Like I don't understand how that works, but he's he had a couple hot weeks. I mean, I can't say he was doing that bad. Really, honestly, looking at his team, he had a good stretch in there from like weeks 5 to 9. No, yeah, 5 to 9, where he threw up 160 one week. I think that's what got him close to one. He threw up 150 the week before that, 130, 120, 130. So those are good weeks. But don't forget his beginning of the year where he was like 100, 120. I guess you can't complain about 60, 80, and then now he's 100, 100. I just think I I had to rank his roster high eventually because he was making moves which were respectable and numbers were getting put up. But I never did just like looking doing the rankings every week, doing the pod. Like I never there were very few moments where I loved Loesch's team. And looking at the performances the past couple weeks, I don't love his team. Like they're not the worst team, but I don't know. It just he seems like he has a bunch of flex players. I'm not. I mean, we can talk about my team too, but I'm analyzing his right now, and it's just not. A couple players are coming down. Say Flowers, Kareem Hunt. Maybe it's only temporary, but I don't know. I mean, you have Pacheco now, and there's a chance he's coming back soon. I don't know if Kareem Hunt's temporary.
Yeah.
Um, I just don't like. I'm just not a fan of his team overall
Yeah.
compared to others.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Obviously,
don't.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead for mine's a
I
little
was just
off
gonna say,
topic.
obviously, I'm hoping that you're right because I face him this upcoming week, and I have a pretty bad bye week this upcoming week. So I'm
Oh,
hoping it's another one of those 100-point weeks or sub 100 weeks. But
is your bad? Yeah, yours is as bad as mine. I was looking at yours.
there's good teams like on bye weeks on 12. So I think a lot of people have,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
looked at yours.
I've got pretty bad. I've got no, I only have Brees, which makes me so upset that Brees doesn't have to face you, Tuck, but also Josh Allen doesn't have to face me, so
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yours is pretty bad. That
well,
Yeah,
Vod, do you have
mine's.
any reactions specifically to the rankings yourself?
we were talking a little bit before we started the pod. Like I said, I was surprised Lowe should drop so much because I did have him rank lower than where he's been, but I was that middle three. I had differently, or not middle three. I had Loesch, Tuck, and Wardle, kind of fifth, sixth, and seventh. I was having a hard time kind of like deciding the order. Um, but the fact that he was like bottom seventh, I was a little shocked. But I guess I understand it now. Everything else I kind of agree with. I know we talked about Jordan. He doesn't have a bad team, uh, but I think at this point you have to take into account it's more than a coincidence the fact that everyone just dominates in points over him. So that I did have him last. Both the fact that he's eliminated now, and everyone seems to put up like 150 plus on him. So I agree. He doesn't have a bad team on paper, but it's just they just
But
don't perform.
it's I wouldn't even say I mean, it's clear he's not in Harambe's graces, and that
No,
matters. I think that should factor into rankings, especially at this point. It's like clear he is not in Harambe's. Like this is like bad how like it actually is holding up that every week someone's having their best week against him. But that is also like in terms of ranking his team, I think that element goes in. But again, I always go back to roster and like that other people's teams are out of his team's control. And I'd like to see how his points for are. I can actually pull them up, but I like we were saying this before we started the pod. Like he's got, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's got 3 running back ones, 2 wide receiver ones when healthy, a good enough quarterback for fantasy. Um,
Well, okay. I don't know. Stroud is pretty bad,
well, I was thinking
like
Goff. He has
fantasy
Goff in his
wise.
starting lineup now.
Okay.
That's what I was going. Yeah, Stroud is
Goff, I will
bad.
say, like he had a monster week this past week, but before that, I think he was at like average.
Um,
Yeah.
you know what? So I'm looking at it
Fantasy
now.
wise.
No, I'm definitely wrong. His points for aren't even good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There,
Like his
I didn't
team
see
hasn't
that
performed.
before.
They're good on paper.
It's tied. It's tied with Tuck. I thought yours were better too, Tuck.
What are you saying about Tuck?
No, my points for aren't that great. Like when I lose pretty bad, and then when I win decently.
Okay, yeah, that
But
makes sense. So I guess yeah. I mean, I guess Jordan's team is kind of I mean, JB's has the lowest points for, and Brendan has the highest, barely by not even a point over Matt. It's like one. That's crazy. Like
Wow.
1,440.82 to 1,440 even is Brendan
That's
and Matt
crazy.
up at the top. But yeah, the points against is just fucking atrocious. I
Also, so
mean,
I
Well,
looked at Jordan's points against, like total divided it over by. It's been 11 weeks, right?
yeah,
So he's had an average of 148 points scored against him per week.
that's insane. But
Yeah.
also, if you're looking at his team, yes, all his players are really like pretty fucking good, but AJ Brown was out the second to the fifth, or the second week to the sixth week. Cup has been out what? He's been out from the third week all the way to the eighth week.
right.
And so he's not had like his stacked team
And
Yeah.
that's
throughout the whole year. You know what
that
I
I think
mean?
that kind of backs my point a little bit in the sense that like, I mean, I don't know if it would have changed the outcome even if he had him because of how many points are being put up against him. But I
Hmm.
think that like we judge the roster on a week to week basis. Like this week we are looking at his stacked team. So
Yeah.
I
True.
don't think you can argue, although they're because of their extensive times out, you're not going to see it reflected in their ranking, positional ranking. But like seeing his team right now healthy week to week, this is three running back ones. Technically not because of a James Cook bye week, but three healthy running back ones if they're all playing, and then two wide receiver ones. A top 10 quarterback, a good defense, and a great kicker. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can't hate on it too much. I couldn't put him lower than eighth. Eighth was where I put him. I
Yeah.
like his team. I would rather have part of my thing is I look at the teams I would rather have his team than I would Loesch's team. That's part of my rankings. I'd rather go into it with his team against a team than Loesch. I mean, or JB's overall. Although JB got the well-deserved boost into ninth, because I do think that at this point, I think your point makes sense too. That like at some point you got to like he's eliminated from the playoffs. He has two wins. You've got to
Yeah.
put him. I couldn't. I'm not necessarily against having him at 10. I just personally put him at 9. Also, I think 8. I think JB is trying to get some attention right now on the pod. Because did you guys see
Oh
the little
yeah.
fantasy chat went red? Because he dropped like 6 minutes ago. He dropped a kicker and he dropped a defense. I think he's trying to get unscheduled airtime. I mean, it worked. We're talking about him.
Yeah. You're talking about him.
No, I know. No, I mean I don't mind it. I think that's why this happened, so that exactly what's happening now would take place. But he dropped Jake Moody. I'd give that a little laugh. Ted gave it a laugh too. And then he dropped the Chargers defense. Interesting. Yeah. Was there anything else in the rankings that you guys that stood out, or is everything pretty much yeah?
No, everything was pretty much the same.
I love the Loesch fall too. I do.
No.
That made me happy.
Yeah, especially with that new name. Ugh.
Yeah, he really
That's
fucked
true.
up, dude. How do you change your name when you haven't lost in like 6, 7 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was balling. Well, had he lost the week before? What was I just looked at his
No,
schedule,
he
so I don't
beat
know why.
me.
I can't remember. But he had lost. He had won. Yeah, he had won like for a month straight, 4 weeks in a row, and he had won 6 out of the last 7.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You don't change your name when you're winning, dude.
Yeah, 6 out
Everybody
of the
knows
last
that.
7 with his loss being to Jordan.
Tuck, did
Yeah.
your
That's nuts.
when you changed your name, were you already on a losing like couple losses when you
Um,
traded away Breesy?
yeah, I think I
Okay.
had 2 losses, and then
Okay, so it
Cole
didn't
was
really
the
correspond
third.
with. Yeah.
No, it didn't. So, but
You've had a weird stretch. You've had 3 losses, 4 wins, 3 losses. Now you got
uh-huh.
another one.
Yep, got to keep it going. Make that final playoff push, dude.
Let me
Yeah.
see this
I
tough
need it.
schedule. I want to end your playoff push right now, personally. Um, let's see.
We'll see this week.
Yeah, 3, 4, 3. Yeah, I can tell you right now it's not going to be another 4. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
why is that?
Because it's going to be an
You're
L this
stopping it?
week.
You're
And
not
then,
stopping. If someone's stopping it, it's gonna be
Follow Spike and me.
it'll be one of the two.
you won't even make it. You won't even make it
I
to
don't
that.
know. The only reason I beat Varun last time was because of uh the sexist kicker.
Oh fuck! I remember that.
Oh, I do. Yeah,
God, that
that
was
was another
awful.
close one. Look at that. The 141
Hmm.
to 139. Va,
Yeah.
you've had some rough ones, haven't you?
Look at my fucking losses, dude. Look at 'em.
Look at that. 141
I've
to
had 3
139.
within like 2 points.
Let's see. 125 to 121 to Jordan. That's his other win. Is you. 122 to 120. Yeah. You've had it rough, man, on a couple of them. That's really bad. I mean, I've had my fair
T-
share
and
too.
yeah, to be fair, I've also had that one. Wait, did I have a win that was pretty close? Thought I did. No, guess not.
A win that was close.
Oh
Did
no,
you?
I did. Yeah, against JB. I was like, yeah,
Oh yeah, when
yeah,
Mike Evans got hurt and what was it, Chase McLaughlin like dinked it in the Bucks
yep.
game. That was just freaking brutal. Yeah, that was close. That's rough. I think that's the closest game of the season actually, because they stat corrected
No.
me and Brennan's game.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, so I won by in Brennan's game I ended up winning by. Oh no, and they stat corrected. Well, the stat correct made it closer, not
Oh,
further
yeah, I was
away.
gonna say. Yeah.
128, 128.42 to 128.3. That one was nuts. That one was nuts. Yeah, my season's been back and forth too. It's like L, 2 dubs, 3 Ls, 2 dubs, 2 Ls, one about to be 2 dubs, and then hopefully just 4 dubs. We'll see. Back and forth. Well, let's turn over to what happened last week. And Tuck, who do you got as your winner of the week? Looking at these games.
Winner of the week, I gotta give it to Follow Spike.
Follow
I mean, he's
Spike.
been on a tear. What's that? Second week in a row, yeah. 133 the week before, 168 this week, 142 even on week 9. So he's been fucking bringing it, and it's especially this time. It's a late push, and it's looking like his team's gonna make the playoffs, and his team's looking good and dangerous. So shout out to Dad.
Yeah. And I mean, he took down Double XP, who's got a pretty strong team as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which sucks for Matt. He's working his way to that bye.
Oh yeah.
He is, yeah. And Spike, and let me pull up the standings because I never didn't like his team, even when he went through his rough stretch. But that whole standing situation is going to be interesting. I don't. I mean, we can talk about it right now before Vi brings up his winner of the week. How crazy is it that Loesch went from like locked in to no longer locked in? Like, how does that
I
happen?
don't
Dude, I don't.
I don't know if that's possible, right? I mean, it's funny if it is, but I don't think it's possible. Like I'm looking at who he's playing and like what has to happen. I don't know. I don't think it's possible.
I mean,
Yeah.
his worst record possible is 8-6,
Right.
and
Which
in order
There's
to
no way
go
you
8-6,
don't make playoffs of 8 and 6.
that'd be
well,
insane.
in order to go 8-6, he would have to lose in that process to Va, Ted, and Matt.
Okay,
Matt,
so I could be. So okay, I could be 9 and something. Teddy Boy could be 9 and something.
so one,
But
two.
see, the
Matt could
problem
also end up
is
being 9, I think.
Yeah, and then all the 5 and 6 teams could end up being 8 and 6.
I think
So
if they don't eat each other
yeah,
I don't
alive, I think so.
I don't think
that's
so
true.
because I don't think Wardle. If Matt wins out, Wardle can't be. Well, he could.
Oh yeah, you have to look
He-
at the.
Don't forget
Yeah.
also,
No,
I have the
if
tiebreaker on Loesch, and I could end 8-6 with him as well, and then I would beat him out.
So it might be a factor of like a bunch of 8 and 6 teams where
Yeah, because also then, because Wardle plays Matt this week, but then he plays Dad next week. So that's the problem. I feel like there, because one of those guys would have to go. Well, no, fucking maybe. Shit, it might happen. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. Because I just looked. I guess if fuck, that's a lot.
But
That's a,
that's what I'm. But the point is, like, if that's always been a possibility, they shouldn't have uh, given him the buy.
Yeah,
Or
you
not the
would you
buy,
would think a
the
computer
clinch
wouldn't be
playoff.
able to fuck that up.
Exactly.
You would
yeah,
think,
I don't know.
but
Also, I don't know if it was a bug or not because I remember when I was listening to last week's pod, and you guys were talking about Loesch clinching the playoffs. That was last week, right?
Hmm.
I was surprised, and when I looked in the app, I didn't see the symbol, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And then over the weekend, I looked and I saw the symbol, and then it's gone again. So it might be a bug, but yeah, I didn't see it last week when y'all were talking about it.
so yeah, I don't know. It's
Who the fuck knows?
all I know is like I think we have to assume he's probably going to be in, but in a world where he actually doesn't make it at 8-6, I mean, come on, how?
That laugh was maniacal.
Oh,
I just imagine that. That'd be. I don't think it's possible, but God, would that make me so happy.
oh, would that be
I don't.
nuts?
I don't like preying on someone's downfall, but after changing it, just losing to you, Sean, just made me so mad when he should have won. Oh, God.
I know, because that would have probably kicked me out of the running, most likely,
Hmm.
or close to it. And dude, I know it's, oh man, and I could imagine. God, I get myself too hyped up by this stuff. But imagine if he actually like lost the league too. That would be, oh, that
Uh,
would be nuts. That would be
Keep
dude,
going. I'm
insane.
also,
almost done.
it's the fact of like, we were texting about it because I was telling him, like, dude, you need to win. And he was like, I don't know, man. I kind of, I don't know what's like better, losing to Sean or having you, like, having it hurt you, you know? And I was like,
Wow.
you're a dick, you know? 'Cause it's like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, fuck you, man.
Now you're praying for his downfall.
Yeah,
That's
now I am.
that's understandable now.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? Ah. Especially then when I woke up and was looking at like what I need to win. Then I looked at the standings and I saw the X gone. I was like, no way.
Could it be? Christmas came early.
I know. So it was
Also,
pretty
if it ends
crazy.
up being me at like an 8-6, that ends up downing him. That would just be, oh, that'd be so great too. Oh, I'd
Yeah,
love
that
it.
would be.
We'll have to see
But
though.
I'm gonna get if I'm 8-6, I'm gonna get fucked because he's beaten me twice. I can never beat this. It also pisses me off because I never beat him. That's what pisses me off. I think the most. I never beat this man. It's unreal.
Yeah, his points for are kind of middle of the pack. They're like the bottom half of the league with you, me, and Jordan and JB. So we'll see
Also,
what
does this
happens.
man have the deucing yet? I feel like it's been cheated. This man hasn't had the
No idea.
deucing like for a day, and it's been months.
I know. I wonder. I wonder if Harambe will punish him like that.
No.
I
I
don't know.
wonder. You gotta wonder. I mean, to go from a 99% playoff chance to losing the league would be a level of insanity that only our league could pull off. I feel like.
Is his name even in the deucing?
No, I don't think it's been carved in yet.
Oh
No.
my gosh, that's even worse, dude.
Yeah, it's a problem. But doesn't Matt have to carve it, or do you have to carve your own name?
I thought the person who I don't know. I don't remember
I
because I'm
think,
trying to think.
yeah, I'm not sure because I don't. Whoever lost after me, I don't know if I carved their name in or
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, back on track. Va, who's your winner of the week? You got
not. Oh, all right. It wasn't a particularly glamorous win, but I will give my winner of the week to the host, Mr. Biting Kneecaps.
Self-suck.
Mainly because I don't know. I like giving the winner of the weeks for like, when it's important for playoff implications and things like that. And we're getting towards the end of the season. There's a lot of ones that are important, but I feel like the fact that you took down the the playoff standings, the number one team, who's been on a bit of a slide, but also being 5-6 now, you actually have a shot, depending on how the teams above you do. So I think it was a much needed win. So that was my biggest factor. So like I said, not a glamorous win. Points were a little low on both your teams, but the fact that you pulled it off and it was a nail biter. It was fun to watch on the Monday night, seeing what would happen.
Yeah, I had 2 players do well on my whole team.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
2 players.
Like, who was it? Quarterback and
Herbert and Hall. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else was just trash, just absolute fucking trash.
That was enough.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, feels good to be able to compete. I was very happy to get the win and stay in the race, and now I have a shot to play Tuck and knock him a peg down. And really, at this point, I feel like I have a better shot at catching Wardle than I do Brennan.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because I actually get a chance to play Wardle too. So, we have to see how it all shakes out.
Do you have head-to-head on Wardle, or is it?
What's that?
Do you have head-to-head on Wardle?
I don't. He beat me when we played, but if I'll beat him, then we'll be tied. So it just, I mean, it depends, because he'll have better points for overall probably by the time the season ends. But I think he can. My thing is, I think he can slide more by the time I get to him the last week, because I'm pretty sure his schedule. I mean, I hope. I mean, I want to have a chance at the playoffs, so I hope this is the case. Who knows? But it's I didn't think it was easy. Yeah, he's gonna play Matt and then follow Spike before me. So I think it's very real that he could lose the next 2 before he gets to me.
Yeah.
At least possible. So we'll see. But yeah, glad to still be in the race. Harambe has blessed me with another week to compete. And speaking of competing and winning, listen, there needs to be some love given here for my winner of the week. There needs to be some love. Why don't we go ahead and give love to the Chunger Dog. Chunger Dog.
Chunker dog.
Chunger Dog. So, like me, ugly win. Just cracking 100. Quarterback gives you 7. Your team does better because, like, you didn't have, like, I had 2 players that carried the whole team. He had a little bit more balance with his running backs. Pickens, his receivers getting him double digits. His defense really is what saved him. 19-point performance was great. Had benched CD Lamb, which I get it because of the defense, but still, benched CD for Khalil Shakir, and it did not end up hurting him. And it's not like CD went off or anything either, because CD's now, I'd imagine, limited because of the quarterback situation.
Dude, Dallas is fucked.
Dallas is screwed, for sure. They're terrible. So, I mean, I can't say I hate to see it, though. I mean, I have Uncle Rico, so that makes me a little mad, but just in general, as a fan of football, I'm not unhappy. So, yeah, good win for Chunger Dog, even though I think he was still Chungus Begins when he actually won the game. But lights, camera, action, Jackson, didn't even crack 90. So you took advantage
Also,
of your...
I thought he changed his name before the games.
He might have. I might not have paid attention. But, yeah, when your opponent doesn't crack 90 and you take advantage, it's a good win, and just, he's fucking back, baby.
He's fucking back.
That shit killed me when he posted that as a response. Varun, didn't you say that you thought he moved up like 2 or 3 spots?
I saw Jimmy's chat and I was like, oh, I wonder how much he moved up, and I was like, 10 to 9. Nice.
Oh, gotta love the hype. It's great. You love to see it.
for sure. Because I
No,
know
my
he
let's
was
my
give a
pretty
favorite was
upset.
what he put in the chat when he beat him.
oh
Forget what it was. But, like
that was
you
good.
just got I
You
don't know.
just got chunked,
Oh
chung
yeah, you
fucked
just
right
got
You're
over.
chung
fucked,
fucked.
chunk fucked. Never feels good to be chunk fucked.
No, the
Oh man.
energy's great. The energy's
He
great.
chunk fucked that Wardissy.
He did chung fuck the Wardissy, but I don't know. Wardle didn't have his own Wardissy.
He did not. No, he did not.
No,
Oh,
but
I
let's
think Teddy. We'll talk about it, but I'm pretty sure Teddy Boy just stole it from me.
let's
yeah,
give a quick shout out to the Kingslayer. That is a great comeback. Got to give an honorable mention.
that's true. Oh, you know
Yeah,
what? You know that
Got to give an
actually.
honorable
I
mention.
was.
Yeah,
I
I
am not opposed to that. I was also gonna give honorable mention to Ward.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Wow,
26
we
points.
really did actually. We really all just did Ted bad by not talking about this. Why don't
Yeah.
Tuck? You brought it up, so
I
why
would
don't we
forget.
take just 60 seconds to talk about this? Go ahead. You can.
Dude,
You can.
I could not forget about Teddy's come from behind Monday night
Whoa,
victory.
whoa, whoa!
I meant to say it like that and everything, because you know the Kingslayer sneaks up behind you and just grabs you, and takes you. But dude, the 99%, because I thought Va had won it when I was looking at
Dude,
it Monday, 99%, and then Joe Mixon to drop 40 points basically to get the 2 point dub is insane,
dude, he was at like
absolutely insane.
26. Well, maybe not that high, but 20 something at half. And I was just like, all right,
No, it's
I can't.
storybook, especially with the Monday waiver fiasco too. Like,
Yes,
Yeah, and not playing a tight end, insane.
yeah, and that I mean that's who he tried to pick up a tight end, couldn't,
Yeah,
and
insane.
it's no, it's
and
that was nuts.
I know we talked about it in the chat, but I was tracking too. I was like, okay, he doesn't have a tight end. Probably gonna pick one up, and then I was gonna drop one of my 3 o'clock players, and then just never got around to it. Plus, I was like, I don't know who I'm gonna drop. Um, and so I was like, I know it says like high chance, but I'm like, he'll probably add in like 8 or 9 points from his tight end. So it'll be a little closer than that, but it's whatever. And then Monday came around, he didn't grab anyone. I was feeling really good. Yeah,
Yeah, Monday waivers is something we need to add to, by the way. And I think
I
it
I
might have been
thought we
something
had
that
it
got fucked
already.
in the settings because I think we had it in years before. I thought we did. I don't know. Maybe we haven't because I don't know if I've personally made a Monday claim before, but it just seemed like something we've had in the past
Yeah,
because I just don't ever remember running into this issue, and I highly doubt this is the only time a Monday player has ever been attempted at a claim.
yeah.
So I feel like we would have brought that up. So I feel like it's existed in the past. I feel like maybe something got fucky with the settings, but I definitely say we add it back or just to the waivers again for next season.
I was even looking like during the game. I was like, if it's close, like I wonder if him picking up Jake Ferguson or I think there was another option for the Texans um, would have mattered. But yeah, he didn't need it.
Yeah, no, he still got that dub. Incredibly impressive. Well, how about the less impressive? Tuck, who's your loser of the week?
Oof. Um, my loser of the week, it's gotta be Lights, Camera, Action Jackson. What a fall for the guy. I mean, at one point we thought he had the best team and he was gonna go undefeated, and now he's 6-5, teetering on missing the playoffs. Couldn't even break 90, losing to the Chunger dog, dude. It's just
Getting
sad.
chung fucked is rough.
Getting chung fucked is, you hate to see it, you know. So, and then if you look at his team too, a great team, but just all over the place scoring wise. You know, Lamar had a down week. McCaffrey's getting back. He's not all the way back yet, but he's coming back. But just couldn't get it done.
Yeah,
Couldn't get it done.
yeah. When you don't crack 90, I mean that's rough. Alvin Kamara got all of his points stolen by Taysom Hill,
Yeah,
and
Taysom Hill getting
He
like
had
a
a
40
monster
bomb or
week.
whatever. It's
yeah, he had like
insane.
47 or something. and that 47 included like a fumble and a pick.
That's
So
crazy.
he went nuts, and so it was not Kamara's week. Um, he keeps riding the Pitts train. I don't think he has a choice at this point. It's an addiction. It's what it is. It's not like he has anyone better on his roster. Juwan Jennings was he played well. Um,
Yeah, but he's also hit or miss. Very streaky.
he is. It's always. I mean, yeah, running two Niners because then you have Debo with four. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that,
He's got. I mean, yeah, having that many people on the same team is rough.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it all plays out, but he's definitely in a rough spot, and it does not look good. He
Well,
had
we all know he only drafted those players because he's a huge 49ers fan.
He's
of
the
course,
biggest.
of course. You have to wonder too, like, I mean, you can play the what if game a lot of different ways, but I don't think JV had anyone that would have made a huge. I think he had like if he had put CD in the flex, he could have had maybe 8 more points or something. But dude, I mean, if you threw Jerry Judy in like over Debo, like but that's a hard call. I mean, it's not nothing I would have done, but like Jerry Judy went
Yeah.
off. You couldn't have expected that though, but he did end up leaving
Yeah.
27 points on his bench with Jerry Judy, who I guess had
Mhm.
only really had 10 prior to that. So again, not someone I'd have started either, but it's always rough to see the points there, a little bit at least. Um, yeah, Va, who do you got as your loser?
Oh, you cut off for a second.
Oh,
Um,
you hear me?
yeah.
Okay.
My loser of the week. So I was also gonna go with Lights Kamara, but I will say my runner-up. It's gonna have to be Crying in Babylon. Um,
Oof, that's
yeah, I know.
rough.
Yeah,
That's a
I feel like
low-hanging fruit, dude.
it is, but I gotta mention it. And I feel like we talk about this every week. Having teams pop off against you, but personally also just not doing the best. 113 kind of borderline low, I'd say. Um, with a solid team on paper, but just can't perform. And also the fact that this is the loss that's gonna basically have him eliminated from playoff contention.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
gonna have to give it to him.
I mean, we all know what's probably going to happen, right? I mean, unless he keeps getting the highest scores against him the rest of the year, I have a feeling even though he's eliminated now, although who knows what that really means with the X not mattering.
True.
But I do
Well,
think,
but I'd say with 2-9, your
yeah,
highest record is a 5 and
I don't think there's an avenue with 3 games
yeah.
left. Because I'm pretty sure there's 6 teams with 6 wins anyway, or close. So, um,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there is.
and the
Mhm.
5-win teams play each other, so there's going to be another one with 6. So yeah, it's not possible. But he, I just have a feeling we're going to get to week 2 or week 3, like the final week. One of those weeks, his team is just going to come together and it's going to look like how it should on paper, and he's going to have like 160 or 170 and
Yeah,
not
I could see it.
actually like lose.
Yeah.
That's what I think's coming. So, yeah, we'll see. But I'd have to say my loser of the week in this one, it's gonna have to be Va. It's gonna have to be you,
Yeah.
Va.
That was the other option that I could have picked.
Yeah, I mean, how can it not be you? Your player, your opponent doesn't start a player. You go in up what 30 something, 37, something like that, 30, 36,
37.
38 somewhere. And he's got one guy. It's like a Monday night freaking miracle. And you were at the other end of it. It was a garbage time drive. They were just trying to stick it to the Cowboys. It didn't
Yeah.
even need to happen. Um, like you pointed out, is either going to be me or you losing on that play, because if they don't get it, they're probably just going to kick it to add points to sting, make it sting worse. So you ended up catching the L. Your team didn't play poorly. You put up 120. Um, Although I don't know what your plan is to try and steer away from the Jets, but wide receivers, but that wide receiver situation is a bit of a mess now.
It's tough, yeah.
Um, but it's not like you don't have good enough
Because
receivers to supplement. Matt Stafford gave you 40 on your bench.
I know.
Whoa,
But like, you think about it, are you starting him? Maybe, but are you starting him over Jalen Hurts?
absolutely not.
Exactly.
No, nothing that you can get too mad about. But again, it's of course always a little aggravating to see the points there.
Yep.
Um,
And I also played the what if game in my head. He also had a 40 quarterback on his bench.
oh yeah, there's Bo. Yep,
Yep.
yep. So it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, when you play that game. Um, yeah, Bo putting up 40's crazy too. What about Bo Nix, man? Wow.
He's looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Two
is.
great rookie quarterbacks, man. Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix.
Yeah, they're looking legit, man. You put
Yeah.
them
What
with
about
decent
Caleb Williams?
coaches, and they look good.
I don't know. The Bears have fallen apart, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Dude,
that's why I was. Oh, did you mention the Bears? I thought you were talking about the
He
Jaden
said
Daniels.
Caleb Williams.
that's like Caleb Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb. No, Caleb. No. That's a no. Actually, that is exactly my point. When you put him with good coaches, look how the rookie quarterbacks play, and then when you put him in an organization that's just a gross, ugly disgrace for quarterbacks,
Yep.
you can
Preaching to
ruin
the
even
choir,
Caleb
brother.
Williams. So I don't know. The Bears make me laugh, but they will beat us on Thanksgiving because Dan Campbell has not won a Thanksgiving
No,
game in Detroit yet.
Wow, that's
So
there's
almost
no way we lose
sacrilegious,
to the
dude.
fucking Lions. Or no, I mean, there's no way we win against the Lions.
no, I know. I'm just trying to be nice, but Dan Campbell hasn't won on Thanksgiving yet. So and I know he's yeah, and you know Dan Campbell. That man's ready for the fucking
Yeah.
turkey leg, the celebratory turkey leg.
We're gonna get fucking humiliated, dude. And it'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. Um. Wow, dude. I know that you guys can't hear this, but I'll tell you right now, the listeners, my dog has been going nuts for about 5 minutes.
Dude, nothing makes me more upset when I hear your fucking dog go off. God damn, every time, because it's in my truck when I'm driving. I heard it right there. She fucking did a loud one just for me. Dude, I'm in my truck driving to work. It's like 6:30 in the morning. And then I just hear, ruff, 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 ruff. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh
Jesus
man.
Christ,
Oh
dude.
dude, yeah, she just went. I'm holding her now, but she just went off for about 5 minutes there. So good stuff.
Oh
Good stuff.
God.
I'm telling you, the dogs below rile her up. They start barking at their door, and she just starts going nuts. She can't help it. She's trying to protect us. She's a guard dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Um. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Va. Sorry, I don't know how you couldn't catch a loser of the week. Um.
Yep. Nah, I was
It's a rough
expecting
one.
it.
And 6-5 throws you into the mess too. Like I thought you were about
Yeah.
to
It
start
does,
pulling
yeah.
away,
Yep.
and looking at the well, first of all, looking at the standings.
I will say that's been kind of like my thing these last couple of weeks or a few weeks since I've been on that little hot streak. Waking up every Tuesday morning, looking at the standings, seeing the percentage slowly go up, and unfortunately had to drop this time around.
Yeah, and then you've got
I got
Loesch,
you,
Tuck, and
Tuck.
Jordan left,
Oh, I thought I had you. Okay.
so that'll be interesting too.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that'll be super interesting. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Watch week 14 be the week that Jordan just pops off.
he's already beaten you once, so you're one of his 2 wins.
Exactly.
Um, all right. Well, hey, let's look ahead anyway to at least just this week. Tuck, who you got as your matchup of the week? Who you paying attention to?
Not to do a self suck, but I don't know. I feel like a lot rides on our game here, Sean. If we're looking at it, 2, 5, and 6 teams, the only 5 and 6 teams. I mean, this is gonna propel us either like closer, almost into the playoffs or eliminated. So
Yeah,
it's a pretty big week for us.
yeah, it is.
We're kind of the divide for the league right now. Like we're the cutoff line.
Pretty much. Yeah, whichever one of us
So,
wins goes on to potentially having a decent chance. Because if you
mm,
think about it, you winning gives you an opportunity to play Va right after and potentially tie up with
mm-hmm,
Va record wise if you beat him too. And
mm-hmm,
he's in. I mean, well, you wouldn't. You're not playing for our division because you're not in it. But if
yeah,
he were to fall off a little bit, that could matter a lot. And
Yeah.
me winning just 2 weeks later, I'm getting a shot at Wardle, who's in a playoff spot right now. So yeah, I mean, like we're right now we're each like in this spot that, and I think you're. So well, and then you have Brennan, which is going to be a tough one. So you have two shots
mm,
at people who hold playoff spots over us. Although I
yeah.
don't know if Brendan has a. Yeah, he has a playoff spot. So like you get two shots, and then I play Chungus, which God, if I get Chung fucked in this situation, like it's just gonna be brutal. But
Uh,
especially if I beat you and then get Chung fucked, I'm just gonna. Oh my, dude, that would be so rough. Um, but
oh,
I have Chunger Dog, and then I have a shot at Wardle. So yeah, like we have some meaningful games after this. Should whichever one of us win. So this is, I'd
mm,
say this is. I mean, I'm not gonna make it mine, but I agree. I like your pick as this being the biggest game of the week for sure.
yeah.
And the projection's 50-50. Look at that.
Is it?
Yes, it's like almost exactly
That'd
50-50.
be a close one.
And
Yeah. Now that I
not that
put the
projections
rainbow
matter,
in as
but
my kicker.
projections. I haven't had a 50-50 projection in a while. So just
Let me see.
craziness. Um, We'll see. And neither of us have to. We made a pretty big trade, and neither of us have to face the players we traded. All of them are on buys.
It'd be so much
Oh
better
man.
if
So
we fucking faced
yeah,
each
so
Yeah.
that
other.
element doesn't even
You
get to
kind
be
of feel
part of
like
it.
you feel
Yeah, I kind of feel
validated.
like I feel like we missed out a little bit on another storyline, but it's all right.
For sure. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more lame. But
Holy shit, we are 50-50. Like
yeah,
really close.
like this is it's we're uh, our league always manages to make it entertaining, man. It's just Harambe graces us with entertainment every year. Um, Va, who do you got?
All right. Going on similar kind of notes, I got for me, I think a really big one is Kingslayer and Follow Spike. Not only because the close record, um, both like positives, but 7-4, 6-5. But they've got strong teams. Like Follow Spike's been on a bit of a tear, as I mentioned, and then Kingslayer's just got a solid team overall. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. And then they also have like good schedules where they can potentially knock some people out of playoffs. Um, so, and I think let's see, I don't know what the projections are for that one.
You said you think
Pretty sure
what?
it's 50-50. Projections for them are also 50-50. So I
Yeah,
think it's projected to be like a strong matchup from both of them, 128, 128. There's a chance they could both shit the bed, but I think it's going to be an important matchup. But
I agree, and I think. Hold on, let me see something because I'm pretty sure standings wise. I'll pull up the standings. And I want to
and
pull
they're
up
both
this.
in the same division, kind of fighting for that spot.
Yeah. They're fighting for a divisional spot, but also I think for Brennan, where is he? He's at the very bottom. So he plays Wardle and then he plays Tuck. This
Yeah,
is this is interesting because I got lucky enough. I've had my eyes on Brennan because if I can manage to win some games, um, I like remember when he was projected to beat me by like 30 and I won, like
yeah,
super close, like that. I've wondered if that would end up mattering at the end, and he's got one on me, and I think he needs to lose like one more. Like, and I think I'm rooting for Kingslayer. I'm hoping Kingslayer can knock him down one, and if I can manage to win on top of that, um, I think I would take his playoff spot, depending on what happens with Wardle in his game and how like all the tiebreakers rotate. But yeah, it would be super interesting to see, because I wonder. I just wonder if that'll end up mattering.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. I think my matchup of the week, because I think you guys have hit on two really good ones. I think, and a couple of them are close. You can sit here and give honorable mention to Matt and uh, and Wardle because it's a 7-4, 6-5, and that game matters. You can give honorable mention to Lotion and Yuva because your spot that you're in, and all these games matter for all of us right now,
And maybe
and
we'll knock Loesch out.
and maybe Loesch can continue down the slide of uh of sucking and making it into the losers bracket. Um, but I think one thing that we can't pass on is highlighting the fact that we have a beautiful,
Oh
beautiful
yeah.
toilet bowl in a late week game where we have all these games that matter. We're getting given a toilet bowl, baby. 2-9, 3-8, Chunger Dog and Crying in Babylon duking it out.
And I
And
I think Jordan's playing spoiler to knock Chunger Dog out of playoffs.
I think
Oh,
he
that'd
absolutely
be
is, and
brilliant.
I think it could happen. Well, we have
Yep.
to see what happens, but um, it actually all starts tonight, right? Because tonight, no, tomorrow. I'm sorry, tomorrow,
Tomorrow night.
Thursday, when Pittsburgh plays, because that'll be JB's quarterback who gave him 7 last week. So we have to
And
see.
Pickens and is he playing Najee?
Um,
Oof.
Oh wait, he doesn't have
he doesn't have Najee, but
Najee.
yeah, it'll be
Well, he has Jalen Warren.
just who doesn't love a good toilet bowl and Jordan potentially
Oh
getting
yeah.
his third win by spoiling JB's 1% chance at making the playoffs. I'm just
Dude,
I'm
that's what I mean for the rest of the year. That's all Jordan can do is just.
Yeah.
It'd be great if he could win out and just spoil people.
Who does he have on his schedule? That's because
He's
he can.
got
I'm so glad I'm not. Oh, wait,
JB.
I have him
Yeah,
week
you
14,
are.
don't I?
Yeah, and then Matt, and then Va.
So I don't think he
Just ruining
spoils
people's
Matt, but I
seasons.
think he can spoil Va, too.
Well, if Matt
I think there's always a chance. Yeah.
loses again, he
I
loses
think it's
to Wardle,
yeah,
and
low
then he
likelihood.
loses to Jordan. He's what? What is he right now? He's
7 and 7.
7-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, then if he loses to Cole last week, he's 7-7, which
Who
I don't.
knows at
Oh, I
that
guess
point?
we'll figure out if what the win cutoff will be. But it's very possible that 7-7 might not get you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, although that would be entertaining and seeing Matt, of all people, take a fall, that would be hilarious into the losers bracket. I can't say I'm rooting for it. His team's good, and I
Hmm
just I would need Wardle losing for my own
You want the
sake,
people around you to lose.
and then Loesch losing I think is more funny than Matt losing. So I can't say I'm rooting for that one, but it could be entertaining if it happens too. But yeah, I'm excited for this toilet bowl. Chunger Dog and Crying in Babylon is gonna be fun. This one's just gonna be pure entertainment. And I want it to be pure vibes too. I mean, there needs to be like hate talk. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
needs to be like a hate week kind of game where we're getting some jabs back and forth, and they're like going all in, and then neither of their records even really matter.
Dude,
Be gr-
Chunger Dog breaks 200 here. First to break into 200 versus
Dude.
Crying in Babylon.
Oh no, that would be nuts. That would be insanity if Chunger Dog could pull that off. Oh, he's throwing Mike Evans into the flex too, because Mike Evans is questionable. I see he updated his roster here because he's got. Oh, Mike Evans is coming back, baby. This will be interesting. This will be an interesting one. Yeah, we'll have to see. Well, anyway, we can move ourselves on to the offers report, so we can take a look at what happened since last Wednesday with transactions. Oh God, here we go. I don't know if you guys have that up on yours. Are you guys on your computers or your phones?
I'm on my
Computer
computer.
Okay, yeah. So if you go to the players and then go to offers report,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to Thursday, November 14th, we can all look together at that freaking garbage snipe.
here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, disgusting. Where he drops Jared Goff mid pod says to me, I believe it was after we had stopped recording. He goes, "Oh, what if I had a golf for $1?" I was like trying to play. I was like, "Oh, that's not you." I'm like, "Have fun adding them," trying to play it off like I wasn't gonna try and add them. And then this
He read you
man,
like a book.
okay, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna save this for later. But anyway, it's just yeah. He sniped me, and I'll stand by the fact that that Tyler Bass thing wasn't a snipe. And I have another situation like that today that we're gonna go over. But no, he dead ass sniped me here, and it was
Yep.
dirty. And he used, like Ted said, he used one of what 3 waiver dollars left to do that,
So
just to fuck with me.
I texted him because I had like 2 quarterbacks on my bench, and I saw he had picked up Goff, and I was like, hey man, like let me know what you want for like I don't know Gino or Cup. Is it, no, I thought I said something like don't settle for Goff. Oh, I said that in the trade, like don't settle for Goff. And he says, I don't really need a QB. Um, Goff is on my bench to rot there because Sean denied I sniped Bass, so I wanted a legit snipe. And then he goes,
That's
even
funny.
though the Bass snipe was legit too.
God, it
funny.
wasn't. Um, yeah. Well, anyway, Jared Goff. Yeah, Marquez Valdez Scantling added for $0 by Teddy. I
Good
added
pickup.
Tyler Bass for $0, and then uh, a week after the supposed snipe that's not real, and then Jordan added C.J. Stroud and dropped Aaron Rodgers and made a huge mistake.
Yeah, dude, just
So
need to let him go.
yeah,
Let
Stroud
that
ain't it,
man
man.
return to the waivers.
Stroud is not it. Um, on Friday, November 15th, we had Joshua Carty, I believe, the Rams kicker added, and Wardle dropped Butker. And has Butker
Not the
been
woman beater.
passed around? Didn't you have Butker and beat Va?
Yeah, I beat him, and then I dropped him because he was on bye. I want to
Okay.
say. Yeah, or I don't know. I think I got a better kick. I ended up. I think I got the dick piece for a week or two, and then I ended
Mm.
up dropping him too. Fuck kickers, man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, you guys can actually have a nice little debate maybe towards the end here. Well, because you guys are, yeah, we'll save that.
All right.
So Captain Dr. Va adds Rashad Bateman for $0, and we have Kingslayer adding Kayshawn Booty for $0, dropping Marquez Valdez Scant. On Saturday, Jordan adds Dawson Knox for $0. On Sunday, Kingslayer adds the Jets defense for $0, dropping the Giants, and as a just in case has the Saints, which he doesn't end up adding because he gets the Jets.
I'm confused. Did he not have 20 just in cases?
Yeah, I know, right? Only having one is a little interesting, but maybe it was a sober Saturday, so the waiver
Very
Sunday
true.
was only two. Um, and now we get to today, which there was some active waivers again. So Cameron Dicker, we'll start with Dicker the kicker. 2XP weekend dropped $10 to get Dicker the kicker, and
Oof.
not unjustified because two other people tried to land Dicker. Now, I want to ask you, Tuck, was Dicker your first attempt at an ad for kicker?
Um. Yeah, I wanted to get him. I think because of his matchup. I right because
Okay.
he's playing. Yeah, Baltimore. Yeah.
Okay, so you were
Um.
sniped. Wardle was sniped um, by Matt's $10 bid, which, hey, at this point, can you really call anything an overspend with how much money some people have this close to the end? He's dropping, he's getting someone he wants. So there you go, good ad for him. Um, then you've got Captain Dr. Va adding Elijah Moore for $6, dropping Tyler Algier, and no one else bid on Elijah Moore. So again, overspends are kind of whatever at this point because Va, how much money do you have left?
I had 33 before waivers, so probably like
Yeah.
24 now.
So I mean, it is what it is, and now, man, I've been operating with $0 for like a month and a half. I don't even know what it's like to budget.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's been
and
forever
a
since
part
I've
of this
had
was
money.
like insurance, as in like I literally don't have players to play because of the bye weeks. So
Right.
Like I gotta guarantee it.
Fair enough. And so you added him. And then lights, camera, action. Jackson adds Trey Benson, Arizona's running back, dropping Devin Singletary. Um, yeah, so I guess for his $5 ad, I guess he thought people would bid on him. He's had a couple decent weeks, flex level weeks, so he's got that in his back pocket, I guess. Then you've got, because is James Conner's health in question or something? Is he not healthy, Va?
I think last week um, he had like a finger issue. He still scored well, was doing well, but Trey Benson got a few more touches.
Do you have Connor or does
No,
Matt?
I don't have Connor.
Oh, Matt has Connor, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you
Only
have
reason I
Connor at
know
any
is because
point?
no,
Interesting. I don't know why I
I
associated
just know
you
because
with
I was
James Conner.
thinking of Trey Benson as my running back ad. But to me, it looked like Connor's gonna be fine, so I didn't go for it.
All right. Well, you also added Justice Hill and dropped Gino. I'm assuming because of the same reason you just gave, players being able to play.
Correct.
Okay. So then, let's see. Or well, you added him. Yep, and then you added Elijah Moore. So $9 on players added, and then another bidding war here. And so here's another example of what I'm talking about.
Sean, you got sniped so hard, dude.
I did not get sniped.
You
Jonnu
got
Smith.
sniped so hard.
Jonnu
I'm
Smith
looking at
was
it right
not my
here,
first
dude.
option.
You got
Taysom
sniped
Hill was my
so
number.
hard.
Jonnu Smith was my fourth option of a player to add.
Dude, you got sniped so
Don't
hard.
even
I'm
try
looking
to
at it.
push
It's
Jordan's
got
narrative.
it 5, and then Taysom Hill is 8. You got sniped, dude.
No.
Sniped. Sniped, dude. You
I
did.
did not get sniped.
You
Taysom
got
Hill was my number one ad
sniped.
of the week.
No, not a chance.
I
Not a chance.
nope.
To be fair, if that's the case, Jordan definitely got sniped.
Jordan did
Well,
definitely
yeah.
get sniped because there's no
Mhm.
other ad for him. Jonnu Smith, $0 when, and this was actually a really good snipe too because Jonnu Smith for $2 versus 0, so Wardle really got him. He was trying to add a tight end, and Jordan's tight end spot
You
remains
mean
empty.
us?
What's that?
I said, you mean us? Jordan really got us? Or
Yeah, because you got
Wardle
sniped.
really got us?
No, I don't mean that. I do not mean
You
that.
got sniped.
You
dude.
want to know
I'm
why?
looking
Because
right
I have
at
two
it.
other tight ends. I don't need a
Well,
tight end. You want to know why I added
But you
Taysom Hill?
still tried for Jonnu Smith, and you didn't get him.
Because I
You got
added Taysom Hill
outbid.
already. Now I wouldn't have gotten him either way.
No, it says unsuccessful. Reason: player has been added to another team. You got sniped. Dude.
No, because here's
Dude, stop. Just let it go, buddy.
No,
it's
no, no.
all right.
if
It happens to the best of us. It just happened to me.
if
it happens
no,
to you like
I've gotten
every week
sniped.
because you're a
I
little
got sniped
broke
with
boy.
Jared Goff.
You
I'll admit my
get
snipes.
sniped. You get
If
sniped a couple
Wardle
times a week.
If Wardle and if Jordan had not placed a bid on Jonnu Smith, you want to know what would have happened? At the very bottom, underneath Anthony Richardson, it would have said Jonnu Smith, unsuccessful. Reason, maximum roster size would be exceeded. The
But
only
it
reason it's
doesn't,
up there is
you got
because
sniped.
other people
You
put
got
bids on him.
sniped, dude.
Dude, this guy's so mad about getting
He
sniped.
just is so upset. He's in denial.
I
He's in
wouldn't have
denial.
added Jonnu Smith even if no one added him because I would have added
Oh.
Taysom Hill first.
I don't think this guy knows how waivers work.
Maybe that's why he keeps getting sniped.
Maybe.
Y'all are delusional.
Ah,
Delusional. Absolute delusion. And you know what else is delusional? Kingslayer dropping $1 on Adam Thielen. Not really, because that's not a bad bid considering he's about to come
That's-
back, and he could play
that's
well.
also his name. He's that's one of his namesakes right there.
That is one of his namesakes, so he's going back to some old
Mhm.
stuff here. I wonder if he's gonna start Thielen himself. I think that would be a bad switch up to make though, because Kingslayer's rolling.
Kingslayer's rolling.
Yeah, but he could be feeling himself while he's slaying kings. So
Yeah. I mean, Tuck brought it up. They'll come in right behind you
He will
yeah,
sneak up behind you.
feeling himself and everything.
while he's feeling himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tuck, he went gay and added Matt Gay.
I
Indy's
added
kicker.
the rainbow.
I'm kind of upset that you're going Gay this week because I was hoping Gay would just sit on the waivers for in case my Siebert ended up not being able to play, but
Mm.
you ended up taking him. So because you got sniped.
It's tough, dude. No, I mean, yes, I got sniped. I don't actually.
Thanks for
Yeah,
admitting it like a man.
I got sniped. Yeah, because I'm a man. I'm not a
Okay.
little baby back bitch who doesn't admit when he got sniped. 2 weeks in a row. To be a denial 2 weeks in a row
I
is
got
insane.
Jared Goff sniped, and it was the ugliest snipe of the season because it was this intentional little trick done to me. He
You
played with
got
my emotions, knowing I would put down
Tyler
on Goff.
Bass, Jared Goff, Jonnu Smith.
Mm-mm.
Just sniper,
Nope.
dude. Fucking, you're
Bass,
headless.
not a snipe.
No
Sniper,
scope
no
360.
Nope.
Boom.
And you want to know why it's not a snipe? Because Taysom Hill, the next person on this list, was my number
Mhm.
one ad. And honestly, I said this to JB, and you know what? He may put up 5 points at most the rest of the season for his last 5 games. But I couldn't
Mhm.
believe he had dropped 45. I thought it was 47. 45 freaking points, and no one even put a claim in on him. That was
Yeah,
I thought there was a 0% chance that that I
Listen,
would get him.
that man is the avatar. When the world needs him most, he vanishes. He's not
100%.
gonna help you, dude.
If I put him in the lineup, he'll get like 1 point. He's only
Correct.
meant to put up the points he's putting up while he sits on the waivers. But
Okay. So you should play him this week.
I
Play him
might.
against me.
I actually might. No,
Please.
he's on a bye week, so I can't play him anyway. But
You should do it anyway.
added him off the bye just to see. But let's see, because one player, we did not establish this in our storyline that although a lot of our players from our big trade are bye week, Laporta is in my starting lineup and will be playing.
Ooh.
So that was our early trade.
Nice. That is an early trade. I forgot. I can't believe I've traded twice with you again this year.
So yeah, we have to see what happens with Laporta.
I actually even said to myself I would not trade with Sean this year. And yet here I am. Twice.
I
So,
mean, trades
hey,
have
it
benefited
is
both
what it
sides.
is. It's true.
So I mean, you can't complain about Josh Allen. You had Stroud.
Oh yeah, no,
Sure.
for sure. And I got Bowers, I think, out of our trade, did I not?
I
know
didn't
got
have
him from
Bowers. JB had him.
but did it not end up that way because of that trade, or
Maybe it
am I
might have been a
thinking?
piece that I had sent you.
I
Might
don't
have went
remember
over
why.
to JB. I can't remember.
Why did I give up Laporta? What did I don't even.
I think you
forgot
already
who was on
had
my team.
Bowers and you gave up Laporta, or maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Um,
But what did I get for him?
I'm about to look. Uh, so
It
I
was
want to go to.
Braylon Allen and D Hop.
Where'd you go to for that, Va? Recent activity.
Wait, I got
Scroll-
who?
like for giving away Laporta to Sean,
Yeah,
you got Braylon Allen and D Hop.
I got those only two people.
Correct.
There's no way. I had to have gotten somebody else.
No, that was
No,
it.
that was it. Because
Tell
you
me
had
if I'm
Brees,
wrong.
and that was
Yeah.
Brees's cuff, and he had just played
What
well.
the fuck?
So it was Brees's
Well,
cuff.
because Porta was not. None of the tight ends were doing well, right? Porta was 6 points, 2 points, 4 points, 7 points.
Yeah, he was not playing well.
I-
And to be fair,
I
if you had
know,
kept
but-
D Hop long term, he ended up being he's with the Chiefs now.
It's true. I guess yeah, well, he wouldn't have. I wouldn't have played him anyway than my
I don't think
receivers.
it's. I mean,
so
yeah.
that's a shitty trade. I guess not really. It's not like he's doing good. It's just
He's
such a.
not, yeah.
It's a pointless.
It was
trade,
just a
I should
pointless
When
say.
you
trade.
look at it,
It's a
on
very
paper,
pointless trade. I
But
think that's all I got
if
for him.
Laporta gives me 30 against the Colts,
That's
that
gonna
would
suck.
that would just
That
be
would-
beautiful.
yeah.
We'll see.
Ugh, anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, so we I added the Buccaneers defense, just for future defense, like bye weeks and stuff, and then I had a claim in on Anthony Richardson as like I'll add him to my team if I don't get the players that I already want, and so I didn't add him, so he sits. Just backup quarterback thinking about. So yeah, that's our free agent offers report here. So now we move on to our budget summary. Now, I would love to pawn this off to one of you guys if you want it, but if neither of you do, then I'll do it. But anybody want to take
I'll
Jordan's
do it
budget
unless
summary?
Va wants to do it.
I don't feel strongly about doing it, so go right
Okay.
ahead.
All right.
All right. Coming in with the most money is Dad. I guess he doesn't like giving it out to his children. Coming in at 83. We then have 2XP Weekend with 67. Then we have under him the watered down Great Value Serbian Minority Moment Report at 53. Then we've got the Kingslayer at $35. Captain Dr. Vava, 24. Then we have a tie at $2 each. Crying in Babylon and Lights Chimera Action Jackson. And then the Broke Boys, the Chunger Dog, me, and Biting Nacaps. All very broke and have been broke for a hot minute, if I
A hot
remember
minute.
correctly.
Yeah, I don't know the last
So-
time I had money. So, yeah, nice.
That's your budget summary.
Beautiful. That was, you know what? That deserves some claps because that was well done. I'm not allowed to do it anymore because I botched the last one by not bringing up betting after we had got back from Vegas. So I'm not allowed to do them. But anyway,
I had a quick question.
yeah,
In our current trading system, are we able to trade with waiver bucks?
no.
Is that an option in ESPN?
It's a good question. I dug a little bit and I didn't really see anything. Can you trade waiver dollars in ESPN fantasy football? Let's see if anything pops up. Can modify waiver settings. I guess maybe I can. So if I go to settings and then go to let's see, transactions and keepers maybe. Yeah, transactions probably makes sense. Transactions and keepers. Yeah, acquisition and waiver rules.
Dude, such riveting podcast material. Just Sean like whispering whatever he's looking at in the mic.
Does it sound like I'm whispering from your end?
Not like, just like
Like
almost like a
mumbling.
little mumble.
Mumbling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine if we.
I don't see
I was wondering
anything.
if it's a option,
It's something I'll look into, but I don't see anything right now. And this new Google AI isn't giving me a direct answer. So yeah, undecided.
I can't talk shit about AI right now. Facing Roche next week.
No, but you know what you can talk shit about? Tuck and his argument for kickers. So don't think I forgot. You
Alright.
got into it with JB statistically. So let's
I
Look,
think
I don't
I'm
know, just
not-
share guys, share
just a
your
little-
feelings. Share your
No, no,
feelings.
I think Tuck's just a little shit stirrer and doesn't feel strongly one way or the other. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're mostly correct. But at the end of the day, I would love to not have kickers. I think it'd be fun. I think just like the added variance of another flex would be great. It'd be just like, it's like really, because you really have to search for that last person.
Yeah.
With our league, especially, like the waivers are always pretty dry, and it's not like many people have teams that where you look at them and go, damn, I wish I could play this person. He's going to get me 20 points a week, but I can't because all the slots are filled. You know what I mean? It's
So you're saying your roster's too heavy and you can't play everyone that you want.
Well, no, I'm saying that like we really don't have that, is what I'm getting at. So like,
So that's what I'm saying. We don't right now. We don't have a problem of like, oh, I have 6 really strong players and I can only play 5 of them.
right, and we don't have that problem, but we would have to have an extra. So we'd have to like, basically like almost throw in a long shot.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're debating during a week, majority of the time it's, I want to play this guy, but this other guy's got a better matchup, but I know he's not as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I think that'd be cool to add. and just to
I
get that variance.
so I can understand that argument. Even though I don't agree with it, I think that's a good argument, right? Like a
Mm-hmm.
second flex would be more fun to play with because you're picking between different flex players. I think I like the variability of a kicker where it's like, oh, okay, like at the random spot that can get you a good amount of points, or you can just get fucked, and it won't. I think it brings some,
Yeah, I don't. I
brings a
just.
twist in the league. My thing is like right now, if I were to get a second flex spot and I looked on the waivers, I'd be like, which shitty option am I rolling the dice with?
I know, but that'd be. I think that's fun. Where like
Okay,
kickers, because it's like, well, let me pick this
kickers are
guy for
similar.
this.
Yeah,
But I see. I don't think like matchup for kickers. I, th-
matters that much.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it's. I don't know. I just
that's
think
fair.
it'd
My
be cool in
biggest
that way.
argument was like I can understand arguments against kickers. My biggest thing was people saying, "Oh, they're too hot and cold." Yes, they're too hot and cold, or like they're hot and cold, but it's not significantly different from the rest of the players. Was my biggest argument. So I don't want to hear that as an argument against kickers.
Listen, I just think whatever you say is bullshit in this
Yeah, and
topic, and I'm
that's
gonna argue
fine.
about it. So yeah, that's all. That's all I'll get into on this subject. You guys start pulling up way too many stats for me. And I'm just like, fuck that.
I'm
Now
pro
my
kicker.
pet peeve was JB going, "Fuck you, I ain't reading all that," but then proceeding to argue all the points I'd already mentioned in the paragraph that I'd written.
Dude, he's done that to me before too. We were arguing about something over text, and the same thing. I like sent him a couple different things. He's like, "I'm not reading all that shit." I'm like, like, dude, oh my god. Yeah, yeah, but I'm pro kicker. I think it'll be. I do think that we're slowly and slowly, like Florida and Amendment 3, getting closer and closer each year because I think there's going to be like an added vote or two like every year. Um,
Dude, what is this? Hold on. To interrupt this riveting segment of kickers, what was this about? Somebody is throwing in their name to be
Oh yeah.
an actual
Also, wasn't
commissioner
that supposed to be announced like the next
on this
day or
pod?
something? Or was it this pod?
I thought it
oh
was this
yeah, I
pod.
was just stirring up drama. That's not real.
Oh, you bitch.
Oh my god.
Got her hopes up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I was hoping. I wanted to be down with the cuck, dude. Fuck the cuck. We've been trying to take this guy down for years.
Yeah, it's not that easy. I silence pretty much anyone that thinks they want to run. So
Man, this is why we need fucking term limits.
it ain't happening. No, there's no
We
such
do
thing.
need term limits, dude.
I'm not no George Washington. I ain't stepping down after 2 terms.
For a socialist, you're pretty dictator-like.
Yeah.
Well,
This is how it starts.
hey, listen. I mean, if anyone listen, there was a couple years ago where I tried to step down, uh, and you all
I
forced
tried.
me
I,
back
I
in.
ran, but no one voted for me.
I know.
And I would have everybody know I'm running the work league I'm in, so I've got experience. All right.
Okay.
Are we hearing a campaign coming soon?
No. If there's gonna be anybody, I'll be the vice president to Jordan. I'll put myself on that ballot.
Hey, listen. I've never real talk, I've never been unopposed to not being the commissioner. I would be okay with this. There could be I mean, I know he wouldn't. You can't give anybody else the Cuckmish title, but he would get something. He'd end up getting something. But it's I don't know. It is what I tried. I tried a couple years ago to step down, and I was forced back in. And Wardle has this vendetta where he wants me in this position solely so he can criticize me and yell at me. But
That's fair.
so you know what? It's what it is. I'm used to it. I mean, I'm only the commissioner because I was the one who just started the league when we all formed the league. I was just the one who made the team. Because I'm pretty sure, Chuck. I'm pretty sure we talked about it, right? I mean, or was it at that point? No, maybe we just talked about making a flag league for sports. I guess the talk of the league came up.
Yeah.
What when we all knew each
Because I
other
think
well.
me and you were the other one, and Ted probably. They were the only ones that had played before.
I think so.
And
Maybe
Jordan. No,
maybe
Jordan.
well
Jordan
Jordan
would be
had
one too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't many of us. So I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, I'm just the one that made the league when we made it. So I've never been opposed to not being commish, but I got forced back in, and I'm fine with it. I mean, it is what it is. I know the ropes enough, but Jordan, there's plenty of people who run other leagues too that could do the same thing. So, I mean, if someone wants to step in, hey, I'll run my campaign. I won't just step down, but I will accept the results of any election.
I
So,
will say that because I'm like I said, I was running my office league, and I literally just took the same exact stats that we have for this league, but I somehow still messed it up. So I'm not a good candidate for running the league.
I
Sounds
mean,
like someone understands my pain.
listen, I enjoy the opportunity to be the commissioner of Harambe's league, but again, it's the people's choice. So if we put a vote, we put a vote. Um. Anyway, now would that mean? I guess this could be a question for the pod. 'Cause I guess this probably isn't really a question because the original creators of Harambedome were not the commissioner. It was like JB and Loesch, I think. Um. Would I, if I were to not be commissioner, would I still be running Dome or one of the people running Dome, or would I have to step down from that as well?
No, I think
I
that's
think
independent.
I also think you're the only people who've kept it up.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
only body else who would be JB, but no one else has kept it up. Fucking when Loesch ran it, they only did like 6 episodes.
I do remember. I do remember that.
Yeah, we were just like, "Where's the Harambedome?" They're like, it's not coming." It's like, what the fuck?
I'm
Yeah,
still
that's
waiting for the third episode of Munching with Milos to drop.
Yeah, that man. We cannot wait on this man to put out videos. It's just no. It has to be you and Jordan, or I don't know. Like I said, JB. I can probably rely on JB and Ted. Those would be 2 good options.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else. I'm definitely not going to be able to do a video every week.
Same.
No, I mean, it works in my schedule, but I get to listen to like one Dome a year, so at most.
That is
So it's
true.
like, I mean, I don't mind. It is what it's fun to do it, but and of course, it, another way to do some honoring of Harambe. Not this. I mean, I
Is
still
that
fucking
what's
losing the past couple of years, but
is that what's
um,
tearing you up inside, Sean? Not being able to listen to Dome.
It's a good
that
segue.
definitely does tear me up, man. I was so excited to listen to the Dome that on my own honeymoon, I freaking woke up early before Deanna woke up so I could listen to it. Because I was
That's
like, I was
fantastic.
like, finally.
Dude,
I
that's
was
great.
excited. Yeah. So
You need to have like a roaming, like a stand in. Like each of you need to pick a guest, like kick off the other host, like every like 3 or 4 weeks. You know,
yeah,
so you get
yeah,
to
that's
listen to like
fair.
2
The thing is too,
per
though,
system.
I think with my like OBS is a big deal too because that's how we record it, and I know that Jordan's computer doesn't do OBS, which is why he like doing that. Like JB's the only other person I know that's got OBS and would be willing. I'm sure maybe other people could download it, but I think Cole had
Hmm.
it too. Cole has OBS. JB has OBS. I do. I mean, Va, do you? Do you ever use that?
Uh, I don't have it currently, but I have used it in the past.
Okay, so I mean, it's not like it's not like it can't be a doable thing, but um, yeah, uploading the pod, like, cause I now I pretty much have that YouTube account, so it's like and it's not when I was out, I shared it with JB, and it was just that easy. So, I would be down for something like that, cause it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was the first Harambe Dome I'd listened to in like 2 years. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, I've not gotten to just listen to the content, but I mean, I'm not complaining either, cause it's fun. So, I mean, I get to talk to one of you guys every week, so it's pretty entertaining.
That's pretty cool.
But
Well, Val, what's tearing you up inside? What's grinding your
Um,
gears? What's boiling your broccoli, dude?
I think this doesn't. This is a
Who
pretty consistent.
who pissed in your curry? Tell me.
Oh man, so many people. But I think this is a pretty consistent macaroni that I have to pass every single week, and it's the Bears. Um,
mm,
tell me why. So I'm. It's Sunday, noon games. We had plans here to like get together at someone's house, um, eat some good food, and watch the football games on Sunday. And I was like, I'm gonna watch the Bears alone at 12, and then I'll go over after the game. And I told them that in the chat, and they're like, "Hey, we have the game on. here if you want to come over. And I was like, nah, I'm not a big fan of public humiliation. And
Nice.
they're like, all right, fair enough. And so I'm watching the game, and I'm already groaning as they're like stepping up to kick. And I'm like, I'm so pessimistic about this team. Like maybe I shouldn't count them off so early. But I'm like, it's the Bears. It's a game-winning field goal. There's no way this guy makes it. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I was so mad. Don't you? What was I gonna say? And then I go to the dude's house to watch the rest of the games, and of course they just show the replay the whole time, and I'm getting shit on by everyone. So,
What do you think is worse, that or watching Sean experience the Hail Mary against the Packers? Just Aaron Rodgers shit on his team when we were in college.
I
ooh.
mean,
I
that
think I mean it's so one of them is fun for me to watch, but it's also hypocritical because then there was the fucking Hail Mary against the Bears. I don't know if you remember that against the Commanders.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
where Jaden this year, right? Jaden Daniels.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it's like, we didn't deserve the win, but hey, we'll take it. Uh, we scrapped our way to a victory. Nope, just kidding.
Oh
He's
yeah,
fucked that
brutal,
up too.
brutal.
So that's what I'm saying. Week to week, it's consistent. But then a minor thing, I think a lot of players are going through, like fantasy players are going through it this week. Um, but it's a big bye week for a lot of players.
Mhm.
So I think facing Loesch against my Bipocalypse week where I need the win, I would have felt a little bit better had I won this past week, where it's like, okay, I can drop this game and I might still be in a good position. But I definitely need the win, so I'm hoping Loesch underperforms.
Yeah, that's the hope. Chuck, what's tearing you up?
Um, I actually don't have much. It's not even really tearing me up. It's not even fantasy or football related. The baby, he's getting big,
Mm.
and so he is like stretching out. Like he's on, like you could see like where his head pokes out
Uh-huh.
and like where his feet are. So like my wife is getting no sleep, and
Yeah.
that sucks.
Oh man,
That means
that must.
that means you're getting no sleep.
So
Yeah,
she literally
so
just like cannot fall asleep because of
no,
all
because
that.
he's like he's gotten like really hyper, so he's just like moving around all the time and just thumping like crazy. So because he's due here, she's at 32 weeks, so we're getting very
More
close.
months.
So like it's
Yep.
not really tearing me up, but it does suck.
Yeah,
But other
she's
than
going
that,
through it,
no,
man.
it's good. Yeah,
That's rough.
but no, other than that, life is good.
Dude, man,
That's
You know
good.
what? I lied. You know what's tearing me up? Fucking Cole. I
There it
try to
is.
forget this man, but
There
I
it
just
is.
looked at my screen and all I see is Minority Moment Report.
And I'm gonna win the league.
It just makes me so upset. This one man should not have this much power over my emotions, especially one as Cole, but he does. And I know if he's listening to this, he finds this so enjoyable.
Yep.
And and then I just think about him using some stupid fucking word that no one knows. And it just makes me mad all over again.
Yeah,
But no, that's it. I'm off my soapbox.
that's fair. That's no, I mean that's never not an appropriate thing to be tearing you up, I'd say. So, and he'll tell you though. Apparently, his rebuttal to you every time will be that you guys have matching tattoos. So,
That's fine. Someone else should get the same tattoo so he can shut the fuck up about it.
well, I will say I also wanted to add. 'Cause I mean, it was a good transition you turning that into tearing it up. But my original tearing it up I was gonna mention too was just that it tears me up that when Jordan sniped me at Jared Goff, that it made me more sick that a top 10 quarterback hit the market and no one else put a bid in. Like,
True.
like what? It's, I mean, I get it. I get it. I had just said in the pod before that we know what we're getting with him. Where it's like he's on a good team and his team doesn't have to put up fantasy numbers to win, but
Yeah.
and I know he wasn't this when he was on waivers because it happened after this game, but he's like with a bye week, he's a top 7 quarterback. I think he was like 10 last when like he actually was on the physical waivers. Like how are you gonna let a top even for just depth? How are you gonna sit there with a top like and not let a top 10 quarterback not put a bid in if you have money? I don't. I mean, I wouldn't expect every member of the league to go after him, but like there was no one. It was me, and then Jordan as a fucking joke. Like how like that level of disrespect? I don't get how not one. I mean, there's people who are genuinely
see.
struggling at quarterback a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Let's see.
how? I don't know, but
That was I remember that week when he did drop him, but I legitimately considered it, but with Gino and Cooper Cup, I know Cooper or not Cooper Cup, fucking Stafford. Um, but I was like, now with Cooper Cup back, I'm gonna roll with Stafford as my backup. So I was like, nah, don't want to waste money on Goff. But yeah, Goff has been putting up solid numbers. A couple off weeks one and 10. But
so
other
I'm
than that,
saying yeah, like 20, 22, 24, 36, 35. I mean, yeah, like it's again at minimum. I don't.
and a backup, I agree.
Yeah, it's just a backup. Like, oh, Jared Goff hit waivers. Like, let me go grab him. And I always do because I'm always working when the waivers process. But then like I'm always like literally like in the middle of a class when 8 o'clock hits. So like when the period ends, I'll like pop onto ESPN and check and see. And like I kept thinking in my head, there's no way I get Goff. But it wasn't because of Jordan that I was thinking that. I just thought someone with money is gonna put a bid on him, and I don't have money. And when I saw I didn't have him, when I saw the first thing I see is my roster, and I was like, oh, I didn't get him. Let's see who picked him up. Someone probably. And then I see Jordan, and I just got even more mad because I was like, so a fuck.
Dude, your team is like the only one though who, I guess, JB, but you and JB are like the only two that could use golf.
Really, does everybody have like
What
a?
about you, Chuck? You rolling
I've
with Tua?
got
He's got Allen.
I've I've got Allen
Oh,
and
fuck,
Tua,
yeah, you're right.
I don't know
so
what Antua means.
I'm good there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the Reeknade, dude. Believe in the Reeknade as a backup.
no, I know I say that, and he's
But
gonna give me 40. But
yeah,
I
I
would
guess
argue.
maybe Dad with Brock Purdy, but other than that, who else? Who you replacing? Not, I mean, maybe Kyler Murray with Matt, but
Yeah.
I would say Matt could be a contender, but he wouldn't add Goff. Actually, I
yeah.
say that, but he would add Aaron back when he was a Packer, so I can't say that. Yeah, I mean, I
Also,
guess
Kyler Murray is also debatable if you'd replace Goff.
no, and,
Yeah.
Follow Spike has Burrow. I think Burrow's just on a bye,
Oh,
so I think
that's right. So
I mean, I guess, and I know Loesch wouldn't do it either, but it's not like Loesch's. I mean, Baker had started the cool
he's
down
got Baker.
process after lose. I mean, look at Baker. He's since week 7. Granted, week 8's still a good week. He's been
Mhm.
trending down, only down since week 7.
Yeah.
Um,
Now he's got Mike Evans back though.
but
So.
now he's got Mike Evans back. So yeah, I mean, I guess, like I said, I didn't expect everyone in the league, but I don't know, even depth. Is there not even anyone who could use Goff as depth? Like, I guess,
I mean, at this point, you don't really. Almost all buys are done. This is the last big buy week, right?
yeah,
Like,
I guess
you
it's
don't
not
need
as
depth.
crazy. I guess I was still mad about the Jordan thing, but I was also just like not even one other bid. Not even one other bid. Just it tore me up inside that shakaroni. So, um anyway, well, here's where we'll leave it, guys. Does anybody have any icy hot takes or spicy hot
Uh,
takes?
so, no new spicy hot takes, but I will say my spicy hot take from last time I was on Dome is still going strong. Uh, which was I think I just hit uh, like even, like 4-4,
Yep.
and I told you that from here on out I'm gonna have a positive record in the league.
Ooh.
It's still going, but it's pending this week's game, so we'll see.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's not bad. Tuck, you got a fresh spicier icy hot?
No, I don't remember. I called out the 4 loser bracket people. I don't really remember who was in it though, but I think I know Jordan was, so I got one right, and then Sean, I want to say I called you out in it.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't have an update. I'm gonna let it ride, dude.
All
I
right.
don't
Well,
need the spice.
I'm gonna give an icy hot that I think is like just I'm not even sure. Like I mean, it would be like an extreme one, like an extreme icy hot. So the icy, it's gonna be like a little bit icy and then like very very hot. And I think that the icy is gonna be that Jordan is gonna be playing in the last place game, the last week of the season. Okay, he will be playing in it. The hot, it's hot and then it gets hot hot. So I think Jordan in the last place game will be the first team ever in our league to put up 200 to crack 200.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That
god.
is
And
very icy.
I'm gonna make it even hotter by saying it's gonna be against Loesch.
Oh,
Wait.
that'd be great.
Jesus Christ.
Just a little bit of ice. The ice is that Jordan. It's icy because it's not that much. Like Jordan's already in the losers bracket. It's not hard to imagine that he would be in the last place game. But then it gets hot. Drops 200 on Loesch, who makes the slide all the way down.
Hold on,
Burning.
I just thought of one.
Go ahead, throw it in.
So Jordan is in the last place game with to be determined, and he puts up a 200 bomb, like you said. But his opponent puts up 210 and beats him.
Oh no! Oh no! That would just be so bad. I can't even.
That'd be sickening, dude.
I missed the air horn, but I'm just gonna give it quacks because that's, dude.
sickening.
Imagine how brutal that would be.
Y'all are sadistic.
That's
That'd be
that's
sickening,
sick
dude.
in the
I
head,
don't
man.
know what I don't know what I would do if that happened to me.
Oh gosh, he's gonna be pissed you put that on him.
I know.
That's rough.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
that's bad. No, that's a good one. All right. Well, wow, what a way to end off. Well, here, hey, we've reached the end. We did it. I think we will be under 2 hours. Not bad. And
Oh, one more thing.
yes.
Word to see tracker. Shout out to Teddy Boy, who now has it.
Oh, Teddy Boy has the Wardus. Okay, and who's next up on his plate? He's got Kingslayer is playing Follow Spike.
Follow Spike.
So Brennan has a chance to take the Dus. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Well, Va, do you have any final words for the league?
No final words except for keep kickers. That is all.
All right, Tuck.
Down with kickers.
Okay. All right, my usual, as always. Dick's out for Harambe. We do it for Harambe. I would vote for Harambe for president if I could again. Harambe for president, baby, and R.I.P. Harambe.